Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. We are here with another episode of Indy by Night, Hunter the Reckoning edition. We are going to go around the room, introduce who are we going to be playing this evening, and then we'll go ahead and hop into a brief recap as we pick up where we left off. We're going to go ahead and start with Hannah because she hasn't been here.
Wow, changing it up. I'm playing a Morgan Fisher, and I'm Hannah, obviously.
Allegedly. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Trina Foster.
Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm going to be playing Jonas.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Warren.
Hi, I am Warren, and I will be playing Brick.
Wonderful. It felt weird not to give you guys homework to be able to say afterwards, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me nonetheless. Last week, we had, once again, as this cell famously does, splitting of the party. Trina had to go handle some business with the Orpheus group solo. After making a request to go back into the house, Kate asked Trina to meet them at her corporate office to handle some official business. As Trina's arrived, she had an official badge as a researcher that was able to go ahead and take it down to the sub basement without any sort of escort or anything like this, and began to have a conversation with Kate as Kate was beginning to lead Trina to the section where they had kept all of the supernatural entities under one roof. As she gets down to the end of the hallway, she walks up to a door that has quite a bit of security added to it. Not only is it usually the biometric scans that it usually has, but also has a computer on the left and right side that is being manned by an individual. And in the center of it is a small pedestal in the center of it that has this metal ball sticking with a spike out of it. Trina was then told by Kate that this is where all of the entities within the house were, and there were significantly more than Trina was expecting. And unfortunately enough, there is a way to open it and let everything out, but it's hard to keep track of who is going to be answering the call. So Trina took it upon herself to go ahead and get into one of these mechanical suits and begin to go where no one in the cell has gone before. And went inside of this ball in a separate plane of existence, as it were. Before going in, Trina filled out quite a bit of NDAs and non-disclosures and all the other random funny things inside of this sheet of paper, but did provide Kate with a information on next of kin on the DL if something were to happen to Trina. As you guys went in, you guys were able to go ahead and find this individual that you were looking for. After being attacked by different monsteros that were inside of this as well. As you guys were in the process of looking around, you did hear a loud scream as you did see the ghost of Madison running towards you, being chased by multiple different souls that were being only picked up on sensors but not actually visibly seen. As you connected, as you went and tackled and bear hugged her, and then used some battery charge remaining to leap back to where you had came from in this office building. Something took a little joyride back, and before you were able to really react and see what was going on in this large suit, it had went through and phased through the ceiling and disappeared. Kate got on the phone and was also told that during the lockdown, someone else took advantage of that situation and made a escape after not being treated so well. Brick and Jonas had some small time to try to figure out what their group's next step were, as Morgan and Riley sort of went their own ways to figure out some information for themselves. Trina, after the lockdown was lifted, you brought Madison to Caden, and Caden's spirit was released back and was able to pass on. Madison, on the other hand, not quite ready to go, as they are now seeking to not only avenge Caden, but also seek revenge for herself, as she was able to say that she wanted to help and would be willing to assist you. We're going to be all meeting up back together to see what our next move is, and that is where we are picking up our scene. If you guys have any sort of superficial physical damage, you're able to restore up to your stamina amount, and if you're missing any sort of willpower, you're able to heal up that amount as well. I believe last session was a little bit of a doozy for some willpower, or maybe it might have been the session before. But everyone is back together again. Where would you guys like to meet up?
Might be the cottage at this point.
Yeah, but I do not live in a cottage.
Don't
tell
mask
Brick I said that.
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. It's a known location to, I think, everybody.
Indeed, it is. As you guys are heading back, Brick, it's not out of the norm for sometimes large hunks of meat or carcass to be left near your cabin from the rather large bobcat that roams that forest. But it looks like something left you a small gift of some remains.
Is it obviously like a small gift, or is this like a werewolf dropped a person on my doorstep?
I would say it's definitely not human size. If it probably fits like a large dog more than anything like that size.
All right, but not a dog I've seen before, I hope.
Correct. Not a dog you've seen before or have a friendship with.
That's good. All right. Well, I suppose I should move that away before the rest of the team gets here.
Probably a good call.
Anything concerning as I'm tidying that up?
Concerning in what capacity?
Really, in any capacity, are Brick's spider senses tingling? does it look like it was shot? Like, is it all consistent with what I've seen before out of the crazy bobcat?
Yeah, no, it does not look like it was shot. You do see some massive tears and shreds, bite marks. Looks like it was a slaughter of animal v animal.
And definitely not some weird vampire that also lives in these woods that also eats animals. That I definitely don't know about.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
I think Eva did that one time in these woods.
Not to animals, but yes.
Oh, right, that was people. We're safe then.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So I will dispose of that and generally just check to make sure the cabin is still secure and there's no other surprises waiting for us.
Yeah. Easy enough to look through, and no other. Actually, go ahead and roll Wits and Awareness for me. DC 3. 2, because it's your cabin. Sorry.
Hey, look at that. 2.
2. As you're moving stuff around, getting it cleared off, and looking around, as you peer through the window and go looking inwards, I should say, like before you've actually made into your cabin, you recognize a book placed on your table.
Okay. How like I'm assuming the way you said that, not one of my books, not a book I expect it to be there.
Correct. A book that is familiar to you, a hunting book that your fixer Jay had been reading a few nights prior when you had seen him
At the hotel. Okay.
at the hotel.
Damn, now I gotta move again. All right. Well, that's a good sign, I guess. I'll carefully check the place out and then take a look at the book, unless anything else jumps out at me.
Now, everything else looks completely normal as you do a security check on it, and nothing else stands out inside of the cabin. But you do see inside the book, it looks like there's a piece of paper that's wedged inside and sort of a little corner sticking out of the top of the book.
Oh, what's it say? I assume it says something.
It indeed does say something. Have a job, same drop spot.
All right. That's a good sign. Okay. I'll wait. I guess I'll wait for the other folks to get here and then talk about it.
Okay. A few moments go by, and you begin to hear a multitude of engines approaching. As you begin to hear toop, 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 multiple doors shut, and you now see Trina, Jonas, and Morgan all exit.
All right.
Tank immediately takes off into the undergrowth. He's hunting.
He's about to get his ass kicked.
Oh no, not hunting. Not hunting the he knows better. Actually, did you know that Turkish Kangals have been known to kill bears?
It's facts.
Oof.
They're mean fucking dogs.
Makes the cat even scarier.
Yeah. I just walk right in.
Okay.
You got something cooking?
Well, I'm about to be, but this showed up, and I'll pass Trina the book with a note in it.
Yeah. Her eyes get wide when she sees the note. Maybe we should stow that for now and go somewhere else, because he's playing for the other team now, remember?
Wait, no, I don't. I don't know who's playing for whose team at this point, other than we're
Uh,
trying to not get killed by scorpion things.
He's a leech.
Wait, our fixer's a leech?
He is now.
Did Brick know that?
Don't you
I
remember?
missed a step.
We got the
No.
security video from the hotel. Y'all saw him in the downstairs in the lobby, and then when Morgan was able to pull the tape, we were able to see the person who was spooking on us had a disfigured, goofy-looking face, and I mean, I think it just didn't. Seemed like too much of a coincidence with everything that was going on with Riley,
Oh, see,
and the
I get
clothes
now. Okay.
matched.
See, I was thinking that somebody was pretending to be our fixer there, but no, I guess it could all be the same person. That makes sense.
I mean, why else would they
Well,
know you? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. How do they know where we live? And
Well, you got to
great.
remember, he did this. He did the same thing we do. I mean, we find out stuff that we ain't supposed to know. Plus, that
Yeah,
sedan that was tailing your truck. If any public records tie your vehicle to this house, it's only a matter
yeah,
of
no,
time.
that's fair. All right, well, still that one. That's interesting.
Did you have something to say,
Well,
Morgan?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, even if that person was being impersonated, it's still kind of sketchy. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other jobs that we can take on right now besides that one.
Well, we've got one to finish up. By the way, Caden has passed on. He's moved
Oh,
on to the other world.
good.
He just wanted to
yeah.
be reunited with Madison, which, speaking of, honey, are you willing to come out and say hello?
A few moments go by. The shutters begin to open and close rapidly as in the corner materializes from the pictures you guys have seen of Madison. Madison sort of appears in the corner, arms like crossed over, almost like she's cold more than angry.
Okay. I was definitely not expecting that. Uh, Trina, you seem to think that this is good news.
Yeah, she wants to help. And she's got insider information.
Okay. Okay. We seem to be getting more comfortable with taking help from the spooky side of things. Sorry, Madison. No offense.
She gives the most shit-eating grin a ghost can possibly give before smiling.
So I guess your visit with our friends downtown was eventful.
It was a hot fucking mess, is what it was. Excuse my French.
Why? It seemed like kind of did what we went there to do.
Well, the problem is that they sometimes use a hammer when you should use a scalpel. They just sucked up everything that was in that house. any sort of ghost, they just vacuumed it right up and stuck it in some little marble. She said it was like a pocket dimension or something or other. I don't know. A bunch of jargon. Hey, by the way, Brick, I got to be a Brotherhood of Steel.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to wear the
I'm
armor
not
and
sure what.
go to an alternate dimension and rescue a ghost.
What?
Uh,
It was quite
I
the.
don't know if that's something to brag about.
I mean, have you ever worn a cool ass suit of armor and jumped into a pocket dimension and fought ghosts?
No, and
And
I
that's
hope I
totally
never
something to
will.
brag about.
Agree to disagree.
Anyways, I was able to get Madison out of there, but something else tagged along. They were losing their minds about it, but not our problem right now.
Like another ghost tagged along.
Well, that's the thing, honey. What all the things that were in there weren't necessarily just ghosts. There were monstro spirits, I guess, in there. A couple of them, and then They said there were a total of 19 entities that they pulled from that home.
They say how many got out.
Just the one, other than Madison. Oh yeah, and Morgan, the wolf got out, and probably has your scent, just like it has mine. So just be aware.
How did that happen? Isn't that place pretty secure?
During the chaos, when the ghost escaped, there was some sort of safety lockdown protocol, and for whatever reason, they were using him as manual labor. But I'm assuming that somebody wasn't fast enough pressing a button, and he was able to get loose and then tear through everything that got in his damn way.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're gonna probably need to move because he knows where they're located, and if he's got a clan around here, something tells me they're gonna literally have wolves at the door. And judging by the conversations I've had with Kate, they're not very good about fighting anything but ghosts because they're very compartmentalized, so they don't really have a whole lot of information or gear aimed at that sort of thing. So yeah, it was quite an evening.
The impression that I got was that they were government, right? To imagine that they.
Government contractors, they work with the government, not necessarily a part of the government, is my impression.
Still, I got to imagine that they've got speed dial for somebody with big guns.
I would hope so, but yeah.
I mean, they gave us a flamethrower, so they probably don't have too many responsible big gun users in their back pocket.
Rick makes a valid point.
I would like to be offended, but no, I shouldn't be the person in Indianapolis who's holding all these things. That's why it's living here. Hey, you said somebody dropped the book off. Is it still living here? Can we go check and just make sure that it didn't walk off while somebody was in your place?
Check that what did not walk off.
I had stowed the flamethrower here while I was going back into the city. It seemed like a safer place for it.
Oh,
Yeah, let's check by all means.
Still there.
I'll take a minute to kind of look at all the connections and just kind of double check them, make sure nothing's been loosened up or holes have been poked in the hose or anything like that.
Indeed, all of them looked untampered with,
Okay.
and the fuel still looks like it is been used. but not of like any sort of, like I said, nothing tampering wise, but just
Gotcha.
the fuel that was used during the melting of the basement, as it were.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess that's their problem. Besides, I'm glad we didn't lose this.
So I guess at this juncture, I would think next steps would be finding the leech that was responsible for this whole mess and taking them out.
Yeah, and maybe the wolf that is maybe trying to come and find you and Morgan.
That's a problem for tomorrow's Trina.
Okay. Yeah.
I would
So
think they'd have
you.
more of an axe to grind with the Orpheus group than they would with me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'll trust your judgment, but I might have started with self-defense.
So, I guess Madison, can you?
Maybe. I guess Morgan, how are you doing? It's been a hell of a night.
Yeah, it definitely has. I'm doing fine. I just needed. Well, I was gonna go research, but it's feeling too foggy for that. So no,
Do you know anything
I don't
about?
know. Hanging out.
Yeah, I don't want. Tell me it's too soon, and I'll shut up. But you got a message. Do you know anything about that? Is there anything we can look into there about Baron or Duke or whatever?
I mean, I could possibly look into it, but I don't know much about it. Um, but yeah, that's something I will kind of keep an eye out for. But again, like I think there's multiple, so I have no idea which one they were even referring to.
Okay.
Madison sort of stops and walks forward. I thought I recognized you. I'm sorry.
Were you in that house? I'm assuming,
I was in that room.
since that was where. Did you see who was down there?
Yeah, I could see everyone who was down there. All 14 of them.
I didn't really want to know that number, but uh, nobody was able to stop anything.
If you don't want to know the number, I don't think you want to know the context of which they were.
Probably a good point. Well, maybe you can help me pinpoint who did it and what they meant by that message.
As far as who did it, she goes by a lot of names, but most of what I've heard has been Elena, of who did that to you. And I don't know much about these leeches, as you call them. But I do know the person that came down and raised hell was a woman.
Have you seen these people before? Before tonight? Were they around the house?
Which people? I'm sorry.
Well, the one who was torturing me
Oh,
specifically.
yeah. I mean, she's been around as long as I can remember. Not necessarily here, but on and off visits.
How about the ones who attacked the place? Had you seen them before?
No. Um, I never saw the. I've never seen the three of them before.
Would you be able to describe them?
I can try. The memory doesn't work quite as well on this side.
Jonas is going to fish in his pockets, pull out like a pack of cigarettes, pencil, and a notebook, and go ahead.
Two of them looked rather young, maybe lower 30s, upper 20s. The woman was wearing jeans and some sort of black shirt and a leather jacket over it. Hair sort of. No. I don't know about the hair. It was sort of hard to see the second one, though. He wore a hood up, wearing a great hoodie. The third one, I didn't get to see a lot of them, but they were wearing very well dressed and covered in tattoos. But they were not necessarily bickering, but you could tell that they've done this something like this before. But she was in charge. Barking out orders like she was some sort of sergeant. And then one with the tattoos was very angry and, well, maybe not angry. His tone was angry, but he's spoken a language I haven't heard before.
Finishes scribbling down, looks up just to check and see if she's done, then looks at the others and goes, I don't know, figure it gives us somewhere to start.
That ringing any bells for you, honey? She says, looking at Morgan.
I don't know. I mean, those are pretty vague descriptions. Can I roll something to get what I recognize in these descriptions?
Go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and do wits and intelligence. Let's go ahead and toss those. Brick, you could also roll this as well. Both of these are going to be a DC 3.
Sorry, what plus intelligence?
Wits plus intelligence.
A 3.
I rolled 5.
You, my friend, are cheating.
That's what happens when you have 7 die.
That's fair. That's fair. Brick, did you hit 3 as well?
I did. I hit 3.
Okay.
Didn't hit 5 because I'm not fancy.
Well, not everyone can be cheating. As both of you, Brick, you recognize both of these outfits, as these are the two people that were standing, at least the hoodie and the woman were the two people that were standing on the rooftop when you guys were having the conversation with Derek in the baseball field. Morgan, you recall your meeting with your sister and the boss walking over, not wearing the exact same, but very similar.
I don't know. I feel like there's a place we could go to potentially figure out who was down there, but I would not recommend it.
Is this a line of logic that Riley would be inclined to pursue?
I mean, potentially, but probably doesn't know this side. Let's just say I met that person, if that's who she's describing, when I was with my sister. And from the sounds of it, she's the head of it all.
So she would be one of them?
Yeah.
Probably so with the other two. That's distressing if even she wasn't able to do something to help your sister. Guess the leeches can make messes that they can't clean up.
Yeah, seems that way.
I'd rather not.
And that they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rather not.
And they're against each other, obviously.
Yeah, let's not get in the middle of that mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with what you were saying, Trina. Let's follow up with Madison.
So Madison, can you like feel the person that did this? Can you like track them or find them or
No, I can't
sense them?
sense them. but I do know where she likes to rest.
Oh, well, that could be beneficial.
If you think her idea, and she points to Morgan, is bad, then you won't like this one. There's a tunnel system.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
And if she's aware, I'm worried that she may be wanting to leave faster than not.
You think she's going to head back to Transylvania?
It's where I would go if I was a monster like her.
Especially now she's on the radar of the big swinging tooth, so to speak.
Yeah, if she's feeling the pressure from the likes of you and the likes of her own.
So, can you harm her?
I know I can harm you. I don't know if I can harm her.
Hmm.
I haven't
So
really tried.
I was thinking maybe, we let her go back to Transylvania and we just mail you in a ring.
I could try.
I mean, but I want closure for you, honey.
The room begins to almost darken. It gets to get a little colder. The fire in the fireplace begins to dim. I'm not worried about myself right now.
I get you.
She closes her eyes for a moment, and her visage sort of shakes a bit and almost disappears and comes back as the room begins to lighten up and warm up once more.
How, like, could you sketch this tunnel system for us? Or could you maybe go down there and check it out and kind of do some reconnaissance for us? And that way maybe we can know where all the spots are that she could pop out of or what our best approach is going to be. Um, Maybe we can close off some of those pathways of retreat.
I can try. That's not really, wasn't really good at that in life. But
I mean, you were a investigative reporter, girl. I've seen your research capabilities.
research and hiding from monsters are two different things.
Can those monsters hurt you in this form?
I don't know, but I know there's talks in that place you pulled me from about them being able to at least interact with us.
Well, how about we just get down what you can remember and then we'll cross that other bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. Anyone can feel free to roll Wits plus Insight at DC 4 if you would like.
Does discerning motives apply?
It will.
Nope.
Brick, you are more than welcome to roll wits and insight if you would like. I know you're busy cooking in the kitchen, but you can still overhear the conversation.
Definitely.
Spent a willpower, still didn't get it.
Okay. It is a DC 4, so I don't know if that changes your
Nope.
thought process.
Never mind. I will just cook.
Okay. Okay.
I got 4. No, 5 because I got a crit.
Welcome back. Um, it is hard to tell, when you're looking for signs of someone hiding something or not telling the truth. You look for sweat, you look for heartbeat changes, all these different things, and it's hard to do on a ghost. But you definitely get the sense that her eyes are looking your direction, but she's thinking something else. That she's withholding asking a question.
Madison, is there anything more? I mean, we're here to help you too. We wanted to help Caden, and Trina succeeded at that. Yes, we need your help, but this goes both ways.
You see her hands sort of tighten. Uh, I know you had ties to those things. Are you one of them too?
Not that I know of. I mean, I guess potentially I could be. I mean, I was down there with them. Oh, I don't know if there's a way to find out. But
There's a way I can
as far
find
as
out.
I know, no. Am I gonna like the way?
Probably not. Probably not.
I mean, I guess I'd rather know though.
You sure?
I think so. I'm gonna like look around to Trina and Jonas. What do you guys think?
I mean, if you have some doubt, then yeah, probably worth knowing.
As you take your eyes off of Madison and turn your back towards her and look towards the rest of the group, the two of you see Madison take off in a full sprint and become one with Morgan.
Oh,
It doesn't seem like it's that. Whoa. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Do I feel? I'm guessing I'm feeling this.
You do indeed feel this, and it almost feels like there's a large room that you're sort of seeing in your mind. And it's you and Madison both standing there. And to the other two of you, Morgan is standing straight forward, eyes completely white.
I think Jonas is like, Trina, where's the ring? Brick, get a hammer.
Oh, okay. I come running in probably with a kitchen knife. I don't have a hammer in the kitchen.
Just hold on.
Brick, you run in and you also see Morgan standing before you with pale white eyes.
Can I like maneuver her over towards the couch? Like, is she pretty pliant when I try to move her, or is she like rigid?
Rigid and stiff and cold.
Okay, Brick, get the shoulders, and Jonas grab the legs. Let's at least put her on the couch. I'll grab blankets and
What's going
start
on?
kind of covering her up. Well, Madison and Morgan are doing a little bonding right now.
Yeah, if this goes bad, we should not let this go bad.
I know. Right now, everything looks like it's okay. You know, we're gonna give it a minute.
At this point, you hear a furious scratching at the front door.
I will open the door.
Tank runs in,
Oh shit. Well,
hair standing up,
that's not a good sign.
looking directly at Morgan.
It's okay, buddy.
I say, Trina, you give them the heads up, and you've seen them interact this way with multiple other supernatural entities. Tank is ready to rip Morgan to shreds.
Okay, relax. Calm down, buddy. Wait for the command.
Morgan, it feels weird. You begin to feel your body move. You can't see, but you can feel your body being moved. And you see Madison looking around in this empty space with you.
Am I able to have a conversation with her?
You can try.
What the hell? What was that supposed to do?
I'm looking.
We're in the same room.
And yet you don't see it.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for you to figure this out and exit my body.
Maybe.
You are planning on, like, leaving my body, right?
She continues to walk almost in a circle around you as she's looking up in the top of this like abyss, more or less, that you're standing in.
You're making me nervous.
You're making me nervous. What kind of hunter just so willingly allows someone to possess them? Drops their guard so easily.
Well, I guess that's what I get for trying to be nice to you. I doubt Caden would want you to act like this. Not that I knew him as well as you. But I knew he cared.
It's your choice. You can either roll a couple of things here. Oh, you can go ahead and roll charisma plus intimidation, or charisma plus persuasion.
Neither one are gonna help because my charisma is down 1 anyway.
I will say for this case, it wouldn't have any sort of impacts.
What's the DC?
It will be contested. So let me get to
She'll win. I don't have that many.
We'll see what this bookworm has.
You could probably just give it to her. I only got 1 success.
Okay.
And that's with using a willpower.
Okay. She stops in her tracks. And what gives you the right to use his name?
He asked for my help when he was alive.
And look how helpful you were.
Why, you think that I can just save the world from everybody?
No,
From
actually,
any monster, anything?
I couldn't care less about the world.
But he was your world.
You're right. You let it burn.
Did you help? Or are you just gonna blame one person?
She smiles.
Who did this to him?
Morgan's eyes clear up as she begins to sit up a little bit. Morgan, you're still feeling like you're in the back seat.
You okay, honey? Where'd Madison go?
I have no idea.
Do we hear that?
She does.
Okay. How are you feeling? You were really cold for a minute there. You still so cold?
A little bit, but I'm feeling better.
How is Tank doing?
At still awaiting the command, but he's definitely hasn't removed his eyes from Morgan. But his hair is not standing up on edge anymore, not growling.
Okay, well, guess that's over.
For now.
For now. I mean, she's gone, right?
What is going on?
We're trying to figure it out, Brick.
I don't know. Madison came at me and was inside of me, in my head.
Mm-hmm. Then what'd she say?
Do I feel she's still around? Like she's possessing me still?
Yeah, I mean, you're attempting, like, you are attempting to get your words out, but it definitely feels like you are the puppet, and Madison is the one in control of the strings right now.
Um, I I don't really even know. It's kind of weird. Like I remember having a conversation, but I don't know about what.
Hmm. Okay, well,
Tank looks up towards you, Trina.
is it like a concerned look? Or he seems cool?
Seems fine. Just trying to wait to see if follow your lead, more or less.
Yeah, I'll tell him in Turkish to go lay down.
Lays down.
Am I able to tell the group that she's controlling me?
You aren't actually.
Can I bring up Caden's name?
You attempt to, but it doesn't seem like your mouth wants to move and speak the name.
Um, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just need a nap or something.
Yeah, I think we could all use some rest.
Yeah, I was sort of expecting to have Madison come back out and share the results. She had said that she was going to go in there and see if you were, I don't know what, affected by the leech somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Did she say, I mean, do you remember her saying anything about that? Or are you all good? Clean bill of health? Not going to try to drink our blood while we're sleeping?
I think she still might be figuring that out.
So you think she's still in there?
I don't know where she went to. It's like they're talking and then gone. And I'm here talking to you guys.
Madison, we need to talk to you. Can you come back?
Morgan, please go ahead and roll resolve plus composure. DC is going to be 3 on this.
I'm going to use the willpower. I have 2 right now.
Okay.
And that's 5.
Okay. You begin to feel, for the time being, you have regained control of your body. As you're in this room still with her. You win for now. Just remember they couldn't tell which was you, which was me. And she would go ahead and almost forcibly be thrown from you Sorry about that. It took a little longer than I was expecting.
Bill, did you find out what you needed to know?
Yeah, I found out some and a little bit more. But besides her new affliction, she's fine.
Good to know. Can you ask before you do that next time?
I did.
And wait for an answer.
Yeah, you didn't get an answer though. We were still talking when you jumped into it.
I know it can be
Which-
jarring for people. We're all on the same team here.
Right, which is why you should respect people's boundaries. And when we ask you to ask for permission and wait for an answer, you should do that.
It's how we stay on the same.
Remember, I put my ass on the line and risked my life to bring you back here. So you can give Caden the closure that he deserved. I want to have you get the same closure that you deserve. However that looks, but if it means hurting my friends, that's not okay. I ask that you respect their wishes and their autonomy.
She'll look over to Morgan. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we all pick up on the subtext of that.
Were you trying to hide any of it there, Morgan?
No.
Roll wits and awareness.
Exactly. It is easy enough to pick up on the weight of those few letters.
Mhm.
Did Brick go back into the kitchen?
At this point, probably.
I am quickly going. I'm gonna follow him.
He's in there, probably chopping stuff up, getting ready, very aggressively chopping stuff up, and probably mumbling.
I'm gonna go like right next to Brick. Keep chopping. Keep chopping. I have to tell you something.
Chop, 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 chop.
So that whole thing. Literally, she's threatening me inside me.
Wait, what?
Okay, well, I don't want her jumping back inside me before I say all this. I'm gonna word vomit right now. But basically, goes inside, says I'm vulnerable, which I was vulnerable because I was trying to be nice, and then I brought up Kaden, which probably was stupid, and she got offended, and then anyway, so she was controlling me. Please don't ever let her go back inside of me again. And also, you need to tell Trina and Jonas eventually, just not now, because she's here.
Gotcha. Should we, like, is there like a safe word or something that you can, if we're ever wondering if you're you?
What are you chopping right now?
Probably onions.
Onions. That's the word.
Safe word is onions.
Or, I mean, she probably won't have reason to talk about that, so okay. All right. Yeah. We'll watch out for it.
Yeah, and just so you know, when she is inside of me, she controls. I say what I do. So if I do anything dumb, she's probably inside of me.
You think she got to Riley?
No comment. Trina's not like following me around, right? We're good.
No, Trina's.
Your dog. Your dog's name.
Hank,
As
no,
Morgan
he's
goes
chilling.
inside,
Yeah,
Jonas
good.
wants to grab Trina.
Say what now?
As Morgan goes inside, Jonas wants to grab Trina.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, just so we're clear, and Madison, if you're listening, fine. That happens again, I'm gonna drop that ring in the bottom of the goddamn lake.
Fair enough. I don't know if it'll necessarily make much of a difference, but
Seems like it's important to her.
I understand where you're coming from, honey. I agree. That was out of pocket.
I know. I just don't want us to disagree about it later.
No, you won't have any argument for me if that's what needs to be done.
Cool.
I'll trust your judgment. What the hell are we getting ourselves into?
Everything, all at the same time.
It's like drinking from a fire hose. You know what I'm saying?
Trina.
Yeah.
Madison will speak up.
Yeah. What you need, honey?
A word in private would be great.
Sure.
May
I will. What's she holding her hand up for?
Towards you.
Oh, you want to do the same thing?
If it is okay with you.
I hear this.
You do not. You're currently talking about onions currently.
Oh man, stupid onion.
Bricks, you said the code
Jonas,
words.
I'm gonna lay
Thank goodness.
down, and I'll hand you the ring, and just kind of look you in the eye.
Trina, I could just like walk in the other room. There's got to be a better way.
You know, if we expect her to trust us, we have to trust her, right? Now, you are my friend and not my enemy, correct?
I have no reason to be an enemy.
That's not an answer to my question. You are my friend and not my enemy, correct?
Yes.
Can you say the words, please? I am your friend.
I am your friend.
Thank you. You're making me feel a little nervous. And friends don't make each other feel nervous. Friends make each other feel secure, right?
Because we
I'm
had very
about
different
to
friends.
let you do something that's incredibly personal.
Agreed.
And I expect you to be nice when we're in there, okay?
Of course.
All right, Jonas. I will allow
right.
you entry.
Same sort of image of her running straight towards Trina and impacting. Trina, you get a similar feel as Trina stands there, eyes white. Trina, you're in this large abyss, seemingly standing on something. But you see her arms folded. I know your kind,
My kind?
hunters.
No, you know people who have been hunters. I don't have a kind, honey. My name's Trina. I do what I do because I want to help. I'm not trying to harm you.
No, I'm sorry. You misinterpret. I'm sorry. It's not
Okay.
anything of that, but
I'm a little on edge.
I get it. While Morgan isn't a leech, as you call her, I worry about your safety with her around.
We're on the same page as far as that's concerned.
When I was able to search and see if she was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
I got to see her memories. I'm not doing the same to you because I'm not searching for anything. So I just want to make
Okay.
that very clear. But with the loss of her sister, I worry about her recklessness and those around her, and that's why I needed to talk to you in private.
Okay. What did you see in her memories that's got you so spooked?
How calm and casual she was around other vampires. A bar.
Hmm.
And
And
not
you're
the
sure
one
she knew
with.
they were?
Oh, yes, her sister is one of them, and her sister was very excited to introduce her boss.
Oh. Oh.
And she was concerned, but not uneasy,
Hmm.
is all.
Okay.
And like I said, we are friends, and friends don't let friends walk in dangerous places.
Well, it's a good
But
thing I got you watching my back.
I do. I just worry I don't know the rest of your friends.
Well, I'd like to say that I do, but Jonas is new to me, and I will be honest, I thought I knew a lot more about Morgan than I did. I had no idea she had a sister who was a leech. I'm not bringing it up because, I've already belabored that point with one of our members enough. And the week we've been having, I figure I'll cut her some slack since she was, kidnapped and mutilated. I figured maybe we'll talk about it some other time, but it's definitely on the books to talk about. Brick Solid. I know Brick Solid. I've worked with him for over a year, almost two. He's always had my back. We don't need to worry about Brick none. And Jonas seems like he's straight up. He's been just as surprised at the revelations that have come about Morgan and Riley. So
What about
I
this
think he's safe.
Riley person?
He's a dumpster fire, if I'm being honest. They're a dumpster fire. I apologize. They're a dumpster fire. They lived life fast and loose, and they were involved with leeches. They weren't one of their own. They were a pet. Uh, and they make a lot of bad decisions, and they're struggling with addiction to the blood. They're now supplementing with other narcotics to try to, you know, make it through the day, so to speak.
And from what I could tell from Morgan's memory, they went out together once.
Yeah, Riley. Well, I don't remember who. I know they had talked about it. I don't remember whose idea it was. Maybe Riley's, maybe Morgan's, but I'm pretty certain the place they ended up would have been Riley's idea. He's they're the club kid.
Hmm. I just hope, yeah.
One problem at a time, girl.
I couldn't agree more, but like I said, I'm watching your back, and I'm just saying you have a very hurt and angry sister who now knows of an individual who has a good contact within those groups. So I would just say I would caution if you ever see the two of them go off together. More so
So-
than.
Her sister's still alive?
No, I'm just saying hers, like,
Oh, I gotcha.
Morgan.
I gotcha. Morgan and Riley, if they wander off together.
it's probably bad news.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
But if you want to share this with anyone, feel free. But like I said, I wanted at least to have this private conversation before anything happened.
And I appreciate you for, exercising good manners while you're inside my head.
It's not a lot of room in here.
I'm trying to determine if that's an insult.
It's a compliment. That means you have a lot filling your head.
I know. I was joking that maybe you were implying I had a small brain.
No, that means there'd be a lot of room for us to talk and move around. And you see her almost snap and look off in a direction.
You feel something?
I have to go. And you see her just disappear, and your eyes regain.
Jonas, hand me
so
that
I-
blanket.
As Trina comes to Jonas's hand, has two fingers on her wrist, and he's looking down at his phone, trying to take notes. Like, subject was cold, pulse lowered.
And yes, it exactly did that. It definitely was below resting. Not like scary, like, 4 beats, but it was definitely below resting, definitely cold. When Trina comes to, you do not see Madison anywhere in the room.
Something caught that girl's attention.
So, did Trina's pulse stay, like it lowered and then stayed stable at that sort of lowered, or was it?
Trina, how did you feel about Madison's sudden departure?
It would have been a little startling, but nothing like too alarming.
It jumps up a little bit and then begins to go back to resting.
Okay. So Jonas is gonna just a second, and then write down the last note, and then tear out the paper and go, "Here, I figured you might find these interesting."
She slides the blanket off the back of the couch and wraps up in it. Look at it. Oh, that is interesting. And it
Yeah,
maintained that pulse rate the whole time?
Little up, little down. I don't know. I was doing it with the stopwatch on my phone. Not precise tools, and
Sure.
pulse was a little faint for a while. I was worried about blood pressure, maybe, but
No, it was interesting.
yeah, would have been interesting to get Morgan's while she was not in control.
Yeah, I think we were all a little more panicked.
Yeah. You feeling all right? You feel like things are copacetic?
Yeah, feel 100%. Said something just caught her attention, and she was like, "I gotta go." She was gone.
Okay. Can I roll something around? Does this seem like it's really Trina?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll wits and insight. DC would be a solid 2 on this one.
Uh, 5.
Weirdly enough, this does seem like it is indeed Trina.
Okay. Well, good. Anything you want to talk about, or should we go get the others?
I think we can eat. It wasn't anything real earth shattering. She just thought it
Okay.
was.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey, Brick, how them vittles coming?
Good. I think we're good. Probably eat if we're done with creepy time.
And it's right about this time where you guys wrap up with coming up with the code word.
Yeah, Madison had to leave. She'll be back in a little bit. I think. I hope. I don't know.
As far as I can tell, that seems legit.
Good to
Yeah,
hear.
let's eat. Let's eat.
Oh goodness.
Another very well crafted meal.
My fork is like slamming into the plate because I'm pissed.
Everything okay, honey?
Everything's fine.
No one
Make
needs
eye
to roll.
contact with
No one
Rick.
needs to roll wits and insight for this.
Raise one eyebrow. Got the angry teen.
Seems like our ghostly friend is. I don't know. What's going on with her?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. She just said she kind of looked off and seemed like she picked up on something and said she had to go. And just oof, off she went.
I'm gonna look at Brick and I'm gonna be like, these onions are delicious.
Thanks. They are. Not to be a jerk, but did anybody see her go, Trina?
Yeah.
Anybody other than
No.
you?
No, Jonas didn't see it.
You remember that first hunt we went on? How'd that go down? You recall?
Are you talking about the one where we lost our friend? Where the vamp got him?
No, the
How about the werewolf?
yeah.
We got the job from a shopping mall. A couple of jackasses driving a freaking car with the second Inquisition sticker in the back window. Couple of knuckleheads. Anyways, we started working with the security guy and got him worked around where he showed us the tapes, and we caught that there was one of our missing persons. Did some sort of back alley trade with the werewolf and some guy driving around in a limo, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, all right. You remember more about it than I do. Okay. So like I think I'm a little concerned that she's able to jump into people's bodies and I don't know, read their thoughts or control them or some nonsense. I don't know what these ghosts do.
Okay, hold the phone. Control. What are you talking about? I look at Morgan.
Um, I'm not possessed, right? Oh,
That is
He's
correct.
like, I'm
I
out.
am.
He wouldn't tell you if you were.
You are not. No.
um, um, I don't know if we should talk about it here in case she's still here. I'd rather not have her kill me from the inside out.
Yeah. And it was a good test break, and I think some basic precautions probably make sense. But for all we know, she could be rooting through Trina's memories. So takes a bite of his food. At some point, you just kind of have to take it on faith, you know.
What are you talking about? Going through memories?
I don't know. It's just we don't know what she can do. She was in your head. Maybe she had access to everything in your head.
Well, she said she was going to look for something that would indicate whether or not you were a leech or not.
I don't know if that's actually what she did. But again, we can have this conversation another time as Morgan's looking around the room.
Um, sh- I, when do you think that time will be?
Well, I was hoping you would know where she went to.
Like I said, she not like she was summoned, but like she noticed something, which makes me wonder if the monstros or the kind of head vampire didn't do something that might have caught her attention somewhere in the spirit world.
I mean, that's a possibility. I guess I'm just afraid that at any moment I'm going to be used as a puppet.
Okay, did she already do this to you?
Yes.
Now that's a different story. Like, how much of the conversation we had was you and how much was her?
Um, all of it at that point was her.
So tell us what your answers would have been to our questions then.
Well, I was in a fog, so please remind me of your questions because I was not really all there.
Yeah, I also don't really remember the question. Takes out his notebook again.
Well, that was a little bit intense there for a moment. Um, we asked you if you knew where she was, and you said you didn't. And then,
Okay, so she was inside me, still inside my.
okay, so she made you lie about that. I did, it's not come to me.
Well, I mean, we can just.
So, I mean, what? So she did she threaten you? I mean, besides taking control of your body, I mean, you said that you're afraid she's going to kill you from the inside out. Is that something she told you she was going to do?
Not in those words, but basically just saying that I made myself vulnerable to be able to be used and that you guys would never know whether it was me talking or her.
And so, no threat of murder, just control, right?
I mean, isn't you want to be controlled? That's
No,
basically like murder, you know? Like she could do whatever she wants to me.
I mean, would she have any reason to be concerned that you might be dangerous to the rest of us? I mean, if she could look at your memories, I mean, is there anything in there that she might have seen that, might make her feel protective of the rest of us in your presence?
I mean, besides me having a leech as a sister, which you already know that
Sure.
is the only secret that I carried.
That's a pretty big one.
Okay. You're right.
I mean, you haven't had other experiences, met other leeches, maybe your sister made an introduction or something. I don't know.
I mean, of course, I've met other ones. That's why I knew that there were barons.
Well, I thought you. Hmm, I don't know.
You knew this. I said all of
No,
this.
no. I guess where I don't know. It just gives me pause.
That what? I'm gonna leech on you guys to the leeches.
I'm not leech, but I mean, you've had contact with them. You're a known quantity to them. Just like with Riley, it puts us all in danger.
And you're not in danger, or I'm not in danger with the werewolf. We're always in danger. There's always something to look out for. But also, you could have people on your side to get to the
Those
bottom
aren't
of things.
people.
Okay, fine. Monsters.
Yeah.
Feel better?
I mean, you do you
I think we're getting way off topic here.
I mean, I don't really know if we are.
The
I
fact that
mean,
you're defending a ghost who's a
not-
monster,
I'm not defending
just
the
throwing that
ghost.
out there.
I am
She's not a person
questioning.
anymore.
What's an awareness?
I'm
DC3
questioning.
for everyone, please.
Oh my god.
There's gonna be a fucking werewolf that jumps through the window right now.
It's a werebobcat.
Oh yeah, I'm like really hitting these. I should take a picture just so that you don't think I'm lying.
No.
Yeah, Trina's way too focused on Morgan right now.
That's
So
fair.
she's totally not paying any attention to anything else.
I willpowered to get to 4.
I got 6.
Oh. Oh.
Damn.
No, 7 because I rolled 6 dice and I got a crit.
Damn.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't want to have secrets anyway. It's great. Jonas, did you roll?
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay. Everyone who has succeeded amongst the conversation about monsters and people not being people any longer, you do see. You don't know how long she's been there, but you do see Madison in the corner hearing all of these things being said.
I go white. Like I'm gonna vomit.
Hey. So, couple things. She's here.
What?
Point.
Ooh, what? What the?
Point.
Oh,
And probably not a dinner conversation. Not to get all formal propriety, but just might not be the right night for this.
Is that what you guys really think? Friends? And she looks to you, Trina.
what are you talking about? I was defending you.
I know. You were.
Look, I'm not going to write Morgan off just because she made some questionable decisions in her life. And I don't agree with them. And do I have concerns? You bet your ass. But you know what also concerns me, Missy, is you taking people over and then lying to us. That's not okay. How can I trust you if this is the kind of shit you're going to pull?
What are you talking about?
I'm your friend. You were in my head. You saw the shit. I got no reason to want to harm you. I want to help you.
I didn't look.
But I can't have you threatening my friend.
I didn't threaten anyone.
You told her that you could take over her body whenever you felt like it and puppet master her.
Told her what I was capable of. Sort of like I told you what I was capable of, Trina. I told you I could read your thoughts if I were looking. I told Morgan I could take over her.
It's kind of like if I pulled out a gun and pointed it at your head if you were a living person and said, I could pull this trigger and kill you right now. I'm not doing it, but it's still a threat.
It could be perceived that way, sure.
What do you think she thought? Look at the girl. She turned white and puked.
Did you actually vomit? Because if so, I'm gonna get up and go get stuff to drink.
I'm like, you know.
She looks like she's seen a ghost. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I shouldn't have laughed at that. That
You're
shouldn't have been
welcome.
that funny.
You're
Those
welcome.
bad jokes.
I have not lied. If
You're like a
something,
teenager. You're definitely a teenager or something, or you got the mind of a teenager, because that's the kind of bullshit it's that kind of bullshit a little girl would say when she's caught in a lie. I never lied. You're dancing around it. You know what you meant when you said that. Don't pretend like you didn't, because then you're lying again.
I'm just saying, there's two sides to every story, and you're taking her truth versus my truth.
I am taking what she told me. Are you going to argue that the words that came out of her mouth don't match what you said to her?
I'm saying they have the exact same words, but different intentions.
Okay, your intentions don't matter for shit. It's how it's received. Perception is reality. She perceived what you said as a threat. That's very real to her,
Sure,
whether you meant it that way or not.
of course.
So don't threaten people or
Did
don't
you
say
perceive
things.
my ability as a threat?
No, because you didn't jump into me without my consent. I gave you my consent. And you behaved yourself when you were inside my head. You did not go looking around. You took control of her without asking, I'm assuming. Am I correct?
I don't know what you're talking about. I looked for the things that I was told to look for.
About my past?
I can't differentiate the two.
Okay. So I get that. That makes sense. But then you're basically pinning Trina and I against each other.
I have done.
Maybe you're not intentionally trying to. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's all I'm asking.
No.
But I literally told you we were there to help you.
Mhm.
And you still were like, well, I can be in control of you. Like, don't be sassy after I'm saying that.
I think at this point, I'd like to have Jonas come back and like drop a beer in front of everybody, like clunk, 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 clunk. Madison, I
I
brought a
need
fifth.
something heavier.
I don't know if this helps you, but I think that we're establishing a semi-formal probationary period for our people with monsters in their pasts. Clunk.
Okay.
We've all got some trust issues here. But like I said earlier, we don't get anywhere without a little bit of a leap of faith.
And real quick, Madison, I need you to clarify something for me. You say you haven't lied. Did you or did you not take control of Morgan's body and prevent her from saying certain things?
I did not.
Then who did?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
See, now that trust is going down. Because I've got no reason to disbelieve her.
Besides the secret she kept from you and the rest of your group?
Besides the fact that you told her you could do it.
Sure.
And you've admitted to that. So why would she? It doesn't make any sense, girl. Why are you playing these games? We're on your side.
I'm aware, and I'm on yours.
So just be honest.
I'm being very honest. You can feel free to roll wits and awareness if you would like.
Yeah, for sure.
How about wits plus insight?
That's what I meant.
Okay. Just saying that's a one die better for me. So
Nice.
I need all the fucking help I can get. All right, I'm gonna actually go ahead and blow a willpower because I haven't spent any of this game and we're coming to the end of it.
Yep.
Well, that's at least 2.
I'm up to 4.
Yeah. What do you mean that's not the right formula? That's illegal. She will go ahead and willpower. That's 6.
Nice.
All right, listen here, Hannah. Don't shake your head at me. You crit twice this evening.
Facts.
I've at this point rolled like 19 dice. Insight. So,
Right there with you, bud. My rolls have been utter dog shit tonight.
That's the tensions are high. That is for sure. But you very much get the sense that she has not told a lie, and that yes, the words could have terrible implications of someone's perception. But you generally feel that Madison has not told any sort of lies and is being truthful.
I guess with the rolls that we've made, I'm hearing that Madison believes what she's saying. Do we also believe that Morgan believes what she's saying?
Yes, you thoroughly believe both parties believe their truth.
Okay, Madison. Could I talk about Caden when you were in my head?
Did you or can you?
Could I? To the rest of the group, could I have mentioned his name with you inside my head? Because it was in there,
I don't see why you
but
couldn't.
nothing has come out. Or the fact that you were still inside of me and I had to say, basically, I don't know where you were. Or I didn't know where you were.
I will be upfront in saying that not all possessions are the same. Each body reacts in a different sort of way. And I also don't have a lot of experience with doing this. I've only had to use it, got the chance to use it a couple of times. But if you couldn't say anything, I don't know why. And I'm sorry for that.
So at this juncture, I believe you, Morgan, and what your experience was. I believe when you say that that's what you experienced, that was genuinely your experience. But I also believe that Madison may have more experience at this stuff and more knowledge of it than we do because, she lives it. And maybe for her, it was a different sort of thing. Maybe her experience was different than yours. And, maybe just going forward, Madison, you stay out of Morgan's head altogether because it seems like you are not a welcome party there based on her experience with the possession. And we can move forward and work together to resolve this, okay? Is that agreeable, Madison?
Yeah, it goes both ways.
I know. I'm going to ask Morgan the same question.
It's agreeable.
What was that, Madison? Did you say something?
No, it's good to know where I stand, though. And she will disappear from the room.
Whew. Those are intense, aren't they?
You're telling me. Wiping up.
I mean, I was thinking Caden was a diva.
Aiden seems tame compared to this.
I don't know. Caden did some wild shit.
Yeah, but at least I could talk to him.
Yeah, because he liked you.
Yeah, no, I just need his ex-fiance to like me too, right? If you know.
That might be a tougher nut to crack.
So, we moving on with this?
I mean, what other choice do we got, buddy?
The ring at the bottom of a lake.
I don't know if that'll make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta get her moved on. We do. I mean, we were
And we need the
flat out-
help.
and we were flat out told by the experts in this that that's really the only option we got. I mean, look, I think the idea of sticking them in that sphere like the Orpheus group did is horrible. They're trapped in an endless void. They can never find peace. Hopefully, we can help this girl find some peace and move on to her next plane of existence.
Yeah.
I mean, the alternative doesn't seem like much of. Seems pretty goddamn inhumane to me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm in, but if it comes down to it, Morgan's on the team. Madison's visiting.
I know, and I'm sure she'll play nice from now on.
Cool. Whew. I don't think she's going to drink this. Morgan, you want the second beer?
Yes, please.
Rick will bring out another round and
Third
say,
one, please.
should have done this before, but to Caden.
Kate,
And with that, is where we will go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We will be live again next week with another episode of Indy by Night Hunter Edition. And this was episode 15, An Unexpected Ally. So thank you guys again so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful night.